Welcome back to the algebra solver. We will evaluate the expression 3x divided by z given the values here on the left, where in this case x equals 6 and z equals -8. So these are given. So we could have any values later on, but for the moment x is given as 6 and z equals -8. So what we'll do is to substitute x and z into the expression. Now remember, this is not an equation. Okay, this is not an equation. This is an expression. This is an algebraic expression, and this expression can have a particular value. The entire expression can have a particular value, depends on the values of x or z. In our particular problem this time, in this case, we are given that x equals 6 and z equals -8, and we're talking about in this case we're talking about given the variables and their values. We evaluate the entire expression given here and arrive at the value of the expression 3x divided by 8, given that x equals 6 and z equals -8. All right, I think it's now clearer, because sometimes people get confused between an expression and an equation. All right, let's proceed. This is an expression. So 3x means 3 times x. So when we substitute x equals 6 given 6, then we'll have to put it in a parenthesis so that we'll not be confused whether it's a 36 or it's 3 times 6. Now 3 beside a parenthesis means you have to multiply 3 by the number inside the parenthesis, and divided by z. Of course, z is -8. All right, so this is now 18 divided by 3x divided by -8. All right, so using PEMDAS, remember our PEMDAS, we evaluate the parentheses first. There's no exponent involved. There is multiplication, yes, and there's division, yes. There's no addition, there's no subtraction. All right, what is the rule for division? Okay, when we have two different signs, this is supposedly, this is not supposedly, but this is implied to be positive 18, and this is -8. So when we have different signs, our rule is you do the actual division, and then the resulting sign is negative. You do the actual division, but the sign is negative. So this is 18 divided by 8, and then negative sign. So let's try to simplify these things. First, we're going to erase these things here. Okay, and this is divided by, okay, this is circle there, divided by. All right, so how do you divide these 18 divided by 8. So this should be, so 18 divided by 8 should be 2 and 1/4. 2 and 1/4. All right, 2 and 1/4. So again, to summarize now, let's go back to the original expression, 3x. Now, of course, don't forget, by the way, don't forget that this is supposed to be a negative number. Okay, a negative number, because this is, I repeat, this is positive and this is negative. So you have a division, one is positive, one is negative, then the result is negative. So this is negative here. All right. Okay. So to go back to the original expression, 3x divided by z, if and only if x equals 6 and z equals -8, then we will have 3 times 6 divided by -8, and this is equal to 2 and 1/4 negative. So this is 3x divided by z, if and only if x equals 6 and z equals -8. Okay, so actually, just to simplify, just to make sure not confused, so it's -8 there. So this is the final expression, 3x divided by z equals -2 and 1/4. So we have evaluated the value of this expression when x equals 6 and when z equals -8. So thank you for visiting, thank you for listening, and thank you for listening, and see you in our next problem.